But this was the first time we saw Paige really get guarded. This is where we saw what is going to happen in year 2. This is the scout report that needs to be out there on Paige Bueckers once the Dallas Wings get good, because Dallas Wings are going to get good at some stage in her career. This was the game where I'm like, okay, we can shut up the comparisons right now.
The masquerade has ended, and the false prophets have been exposed. The WNBA's efforts to create the next superstar were thoroughly dismantled on national television. Paige Bueckers, the so-called next Caitlin Clark, media favorite and heralded chosen one, expected to carry the torch, received a harsh reality check delivered swiftly by the Seattle Storm. And let me tell you, it wasn't just a wake-up call, it was an outright demolition.
Of one Paige Bueckers. Oh, she's better than Caitlin Clark. I mean, stab me in the eye with a spoon, for Christ's sakes. Wow. So that's a thing right now. Last night, Paige Bueckers dropped 44 points. And we're going to look at a video that just dissects and exposes a lot of that shit. Let me tell you. It exposes a lot of stuff involving Paige Bueckers getting special treatment on the court.
For months, the media has pushed the story that Paige Bueckers was the rightful successor to Caitlin Clark. She was portrayed as the savior of women's basketball, expected to shatter Clark's records faster than a teenager cracks an iPhone screen.
Diva of Dump Divas Kat Engelbert is breathing a sigh of relief. Her pretend friends in the mainstream media, they are trying to crown a new star. If the media has it their way, this could potentially be the new face of pretend basketball. And it's not just the woke media. There are even some in conservative media who are voluntarily biting into the shit sandwich. Headline at Outkick: "No Caitlin, no problem. Paige Bueckers can save the WNBA season."
She became the fastest player to reach 200 points and 50 assists in just 11 games, one game ahead of Caitlin Clark. Headlines raved about her efficiency, composure, and smart approach to the game. ESPN even ranked her 13th in their mid-season rankings. The hype train was running at full speed, and everyone was eager to see the Paige Bueckers phenomenon in action. But hype is just hot air until it meets cold, hard reality, and reality has a name: the Seattle Storm's defense.
It's a little bit different, huh? It's a little bit different out here when you get Caitlin Clark treatment. It ain't so easy peasy getting to play one-on-one, getting to just do your thing how you want to do it, when you want to do it. Paige Bueckers got the Caitlin Clark treatment for one game, and it got up.
August 22nd, 2025. Mark it as the night Paige Bueckers myth officially ended. Fresh off her historic 44-point performance against the Los Angeles Sparks, she arrived in Seattle expecting to keep her coronation going. Instead, she ran headfirst into a buzzsaw that exposed every flaw in her supposedly perfect game.
She went off in a game against the Los Angeles Sparks, scoring 44 points, but the craziest part about that was her shooting percentage. She shot over 80% from the field, and I tweeted about that, and I was like, that's actually insane. Give props where they are due. Shooting over 80%, scoring 44 points is actually insane. But with this game, like, Paige Bueckers she put on a masterclass in scoring. And I think with that, these are some big numbers, and those are some props that need
11 points. That's all the next Caitlin Clark managed against real WNBA level defense. Not 11 in the first quarter, not 11 in the first half, just 11 for the entire game on 2 of 11 shooting, with 0 assists and 2 rebounds. The stat sheet looked more like a participation trophy from a youth league game. The Storm's defensive coordinator, Noelle Quinn, had summed it up perfectly before the game. After her 44-point explosion the other night, it was time to see if this princess could handle the Caitlin Clark treatment. Spoiler alert, she couldn't.
For the game, you said it's going to be important to be physical with like Paige Bueckers. Can you talk about the defensive game plan for Dallas and like how your team was able to hold them to their fewest points of the season?
Yeah, it started, with our attention to detail with Paige. I thought, Slim was very physical, stayed in her space, and the actions that we guarded her in, we were very aggressive, showed multiple bodies, and kind of, made her hesitant to use the ball screen a little bit. I thought we rotated well. And everyone who ended up being on Paige from E on down, I thought we were good.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe. This is where the story gets really interesting. While Paige Bueckers was receiving her reality check in Seattle, let's talk about what the true next-level superstar has been enduring all season. Caitlin Clark, the player who has genuinely transformed women's basketball, has been taking hits that would make NFL linebackers flinch. And the numbers don't lie. 17% of all flagrant fouls in the 2024 WNBA season were committed against her. That's not basketball, it's target practice.
Paige Bueckers got Caitlin Clark treatment for the first time in her career, and it looked bad. It looked real bad. Everybody was running around. Yeah, she was cooking 44 points versus the Sparks. They didn't play a lick of defense, letting this girl play one-on-one basketball in every area of the floor, letting her post up in the mid-range area one-on-one. Now, I'm giving credit. She's a bucket in one-on-one, especially from that mid-range, from the free throw line down area. But this is the first time we watch teams actively be persistent about taking away her spots and what she wants to do.
The Chicago Sky alone were responsible for 80% of the flagrant fouls against Caitlin Clark. Meanwhile, Paige Bueckers has been receiving the kid gloves treatment, gliding through games as if she were in a college scrimmage. When she finally faced the kind of physical, aggressive defense that Clark encounters every night, she collapsed faster than a lawn chair in a hurricane. The Storm made it their mission to be physical with her, contest every shot, and make her earn every possession. The result? She vanished from the game entirely.
Because she got blitzed. She got doubled. And do you want to know what she did as soon as she got blitzed and doubles? She passed. Paige Bueckers, look, she played decent amount early in the game. The game was kind of over and she got subbed out. Paige Bueckers shot 7 times. Paige shot the ball 7.
The media loved to hype Bueckers' shooting efficiency, 47.4% from the field compared to Clark's rookie season at 41.7%, portraying it as proof that Bueckers was more polished and ready for the professional level. But they conveniently overlooked one thing. Clark has been taking the toughest shots in the league while defenders practically target her for punishment. Bueckers' impressive percentages were built on easy looks and soft defense. The moment Seattle defended her like the superstar she was supposed to be, those numbers collapsed. Just 2 made field goals out of 11 attempts. That's not efficiency. That's exposure. Meanwhile, Clark continues to shoot over defenders who are literally trying to harm her, enduring flagrant fouls and physical intimidation as a defensive strategy, and she still puts up numbers that make Bueckers' stats look like a rough draft.
Paige Bueckers, let me ask you this. How did it feel to be blitzed and played 94 feet before you even get a chance to bring the ball up court like your name was Caitlin Clark, a.k.a. my precious Cece? You didn't like that, huh? You hear me? You out there was looking like you was about to cry. Yeah, so what do your fans have to say now? Excuse me, where are you Paige Bueckers fans at? That's y'all MVP and face of the league, right? She's boring. She's not good enough. She gets special treatment. But understand, she kept getting blitz after blitz after blitz.
The media tried to sell Paige Bueckers as the next Caitlin Clark, but one game against real WNBA defense exposed the hype for what it was. Bueckers wilted under pressure, showing she isn't ready for the physical, strategic challenges Clark faces every night. Clark remains the gold standard, a generational talent who elevated the sport, while Bueckers is just another player caught in a manufactured narrative. The question isn't who will be the next Clark, it's whether anyone ever will.